Welcome, fellow Toastmasters. I'm excited to have you all back today with Vivien's mentor session. Let me introduce her. From a quiet elementary school girl to an international keynote speaker, and then broadcast journalist, talk show host, and social commentator on TV, radio, and newspaper. Put your hands together for Vivien Mangalindan.
Yay! You can put your feet together too. Gosh. Right. This is a mentoring session today. We're not going to have regular speeches or the regular format. And would you want to introduce your club, Nadine?
Sure, I can introduce everyone. We have May here, one of our most experienced and oldest members. We have Ash and Lalitha, and also Reggie, who's one of the person who previously joined. So we're really excited to have all of our fellow Toastmasters here, and of course Vivien, who will be leading the session.
There you go. And the name of your club is
Santa Clarita Toastmasters. Welcome.
And you are located where? Because Zoom is global.
Right.
Where are you located?
Well, I feel like everyone is somewhere in LA and around there in in Santa Clarita and around that area, and except of Vivien, who swam all across the ocean to be on the other side.
It's my swimsuit.
So, exactly.
Yes. And because the people in Santa Clarita are near and dear to me, I tell them physically, Santa Clarita is home based in Santa Clarita, California, USA. Did I get that right, Nadine?
Yes.
Right. But because we're on Zoom, the address of Santa Clarita Toastmasters is planet Earth. What do you think, Ash and Reggie? I can't see. Wouldn't it be planet Earth? Because I'm halfway around the world.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, sure. Yep.
Okay, great. Lalitha, you may put your mic on unless it's extremely noisy out there. And today I am tasked to share with you, by the way, this is interactive, keep your mics on, and we're gonna have conversational learning. Before I tell you what you're tasked to do with me, are you fine with conversational learning or do you want lecture?
Sounds good.
Go ahead, yeah, it's good.
Conversational, yeah. Okay, great, right. And I'm tasked to deliver tidbits, bits and pieces on YOODLI. Have you all heard about YOODLI?
Oh, I have not heard of it.
Oh, what is it?
Okay, so Nadine, briefly, like in 60 seconds, tell people what YOODLI is about.
YOODLI is where you can record your speech, and it will automatically give you all an count and kind of like check you on how you've been doing. So it's an automatic tool or like AI that helps you improve your speeches. Did I do that right?
Application? It's AI?
It's an application, yeah. It's actually on Toastmasters.
And Toastmasters did partner up. Check this out. Nadine, is everybody seeing the link? Toastmasters.
Yep, let me open
Sorry.
Yeah, can you share the screen? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, can you click on that and share, Nadine? I want
Yep.
y'all to watch and go down the screen, Nadine. And there, that's the president of Toastmasters.
Here, let me.
Why should you use Miro? When you draw on a whiteboard, no one sees it. With Miro, you plan together in real time.
There we go.
Hello, I am so excited to welcome you to the YOODLI platform. Our partnership with YOODLI marks an innovative opportunity to enrich your Toastmasters experience and help you meet your public speaking goals. Utilizing this new tool's simplest function, you can record your speeches directly on the YOODLI platform to watch and critique your own performance. But YOODLI also helps you practice by using artificial intelligence, or AI, to provide basic analytical insights about your speech. Did you make good eye contact? What about your ahs and ums? Should your pace be sped up or slowed down? Which weak words could you replace with more impactful language? We recommend that you use YOODLI to complement your Toastmasters education experience by practicing and polishing your speech on the platform before you give it at your Toastmasters meeting. Using YOODLI's insights, you'll be able to get more comfortable with your speech and strengthen your overall message and delivery before you give the speech at your club meeting and receive evaluator feedback. While using YOODLI to analyze your speeches, you may notice that the platform's insights sometimes differ from feedback offered by your in-club evaluator. This AI tool can provide valuable analytics about your speech, but it cannot evaluate the overall effectiveness of your delivery. For example, AI can tell you that you repeated a word frequently throughout your speech, but your evaluator and club members will tell you if that repetition enhanced or detracted from your message. Use YOODLI's analytical insights to guide your speech preparation. Then, when you give your speech to your Toastmasters club, you'll be able to focus on the most important part, using your words, your voice, your stage presence to make a real human connection with your audience. That's what Toastmasters is all about. Now it's time for you to dive in and see all that YOODLI can do. Enjoy the platform and happy practicing.
Thank you, Nadine. Do you want to go back to gallery?
Yes.
All right. Did you enjoy that? See, that was better than anything I could have said. Any reaction to that? What do you think YOODLI is? Now I ask you.
Yes, it's really good. So the basic concept of mistakes you can correct.
So what is it? We're gonna do conversational learning here. So to you, what's YOODLI? To each of you, what is YOODLI?
It's a software, it's an application, right?
It's the AI application, yes.
Good. So now that we know what it is, my next question is, so what? So why should you care? So what? So what if it is? What does it mean to you? This is what I want Toastmasters to learn: critical thinking, analysis, and delivering an opinion. There are no wrong answers. Everything's an opinion. Okay, clearly, no wrong answers. Everything's an opinion in conversational learning. Thank you, Ash. Wow, we're up. Okay, 4 girls. So there you go. We heard from Clarita. Nadine, if you had the person who was not a Toastmaster in the room, what's YOODLI?
Well, it's a good tool to help you improve your own speech by yourself, and so you don't have to, like, just someone to check you kind of when you're practicing. Yeah.
Is it a person talking to you? Is it a
No, it's a
recording?
software. That's what we were
And what
saying.
do you, okay, for people who are not tech, software, so what do they see? What is it? Okay, I'll give you a clue. It's what you've heard as analytics. It's gonna say you had 286 ums, 40 ahs. So it's like a score sheet, which I'm going to show you briefly. Now, my question is, do you know who that gentleman was? He introduced himself and it was on the screen. Okay.
No,
Toastmasters president. What?
Oh, we can't hear you.
Hear you.
I'm here.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
okay.
better.
What happened? Okay. Yeah, I was like, oh, I didn't touch it. All right. What I want you to learn is the art of focusing intently. One is, it was flashed on the screen here when he was talking. Did you see that? That's what you want to
Focus.
learn. When someone is presenting, not only listen, you want to look. Why? Because they went out of their way to design the backdrop and all the words that are there. You want to be able to analyze, because this is what YOODLI is able to do. It's able to analyze everything. But people should be able to do that too. It was called the good old days before technology, and we had tarpaulins and things at the back. So we had to learn all the basics. Are we clear? That's the president. That's Matt Kinsey, head of Toastmasters, and he's welcoming us into the world of YOODLI. If I may give my commentary, as I'm a social commentator, it is the most brilliant thing for Toastmasters to tie up with YOODLI. Because YOODLI is supportive of Toastmasters, and Toastmasters decided to be supportive of YOODLI. This is my personal opinion. I never compete. The word is collaborate. So what would you want to do rather than compete? What's the word of the day?
Collaborating.
Collaborate.
There you go.
Mhm.
It's the best thing you can do. Someone came up with a word. When you put the word collaborate, they were able to put collaborate, cooperate, and competition together. It's called co-petition. Cooperate with the competition, because you know what can happen. YOODLI and Toastmasters, right? It's best that they work together and come up with a bigger package. Any reaction to that while I set up the next link? Reactions, conversations, go May. What can you say?
I don't really have a reaction to somebody putting word cooperate and competition. I mean, okay, they did it.
I know. So what benefit does it have for you?
For me, none.
Okay. Anyone else? What benefit does it have for anyone else?
Mm,
Nadine?
I'm not sure. I think it's very broad, so I'm not sure what to think about it.
Mhm.
Cooperation, it's like teamwork, and it's very broad. I feel like I need a specific scenario or something to put it in.
Okay. So based on that is the official presentation of the organization, right? Technically, what the president on behalf of Toastmasters was saying was, use YOODLI. This is what I want you to learn. Come up with an opinion, like headlines in a newspaper. That's it. Use YOODLI. Was it clear, or did I just imagine that he was encouraging us to use YOODLI?
Oh, he
Oh,
was
he-
obviously doing that, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
introducing something that Toastmasters can use. And
Okay, so May, that is answering my question a while ago, and I'm helping you craft conversations by saying, to me, it seems like the president is or was encouraging us to use YOODLI. Does it make sense, or it doesn't mean anything to me? I'm trying to move you forward to the other links and seeing if you find it useful at all so far. Was he able to pitch the idea to you? Did it excite you? Did it bore you? I want you to be able to react. This is conversational learning. Remember, YOODLI is all technology. Artificial intelligence is robots. If we cannot get to a level that's one level higher than them, our job's at risk. We want to learn.
So yes, I'm curious how it's used. In other words,
There
Yeah.
you go.
I'm not expecting this.
Show us how it works.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
There. So I'm happy. So did he succeed in pitching the idea and getting us excited?
He succeeded, makes me curious about it.
Okay, great. So let me give you the next link. And Nadine, please share this with the rest of the people in the room. It's in the chat. And thank you in advance for sharing this.
Okay, one
Which-
second.
Just skip over the ads.
Yeah, 1 second.
To Verizon and get Welcome Unlimited for just $25 a line, guaranteed for 3 years.
YOODLI's talk time analytic measures how much of the conversation you spoke for. Now, of course, this doesn't apply for keynotes, but any multi-person conversation. You don't want to be the person who monopolizes the entire conversation. We've all been there. You also don't want to be the person who doesn't participate at all and is just silent. When you're in a two-person call, YOODLI recommends being in the 40 to 60% talk time range. In a three-person call, you want to be in the 20 to 40% range. This metric is the best way of finding out how actively you're participating in the calls that you're in. Happy speaking. Welcome to YOODLI, your AI-powered communication coach.
Cut. All right. In one phrase each, what was his main message? What was his point? What did he want you to think or feel? Clarita?
To use a YOODLI,
Okay, Reggie, if you're able to participate, were you able to hear, Reggie? He's driving. Okay. Nadine?
I'm able to hear you well, but I'm driving. I don't want to talk. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
What did you pick up from the message of the speaker a while ago? All right, we'll move forward. So Nadine, what do you think he was telling us?
We was saying that I think something about the ratio in a conversation. So if you're on a call with two people, this is how much percent you should speak of the call. And then if you're in a call that has more people, like 3, then you speak less, just to like portion every speaker in the right way.
Great. So Ash, what Nadine was saying was, in a nutshell, great answer, Nadine. Compress that further, Ash, for a headline in a newspaper. What did the guy say?
So it gives you feedback
All
for
right,
your
May,
participation.
did you pick up anything from what he said? What was his point?
YOODLI would help you with your speech. That's all I got. You know,
How did he say that it will help you with your speech? How did he say?
I don't remember.
All right, you will see. This is interesting. Conversational learning. Believe it or not, this is how my school educated us, and it's great learning. They would put way back in the 60s short video clips, and then ask us what happened. So I'll tell you what it was. The bottom line of his message was, YOODLI's gonna tell you if you were just sitting there like a rock, or you were participating in a relevant manner. Why? I'd say 2 things, not 3. Many people don't participate. They're just passive or just not listening or thinking of a grocery list. There are, again, class clowns who like to hog the limelight and participate or think they participate by just yak, but they're totally off tangent. The bottom line of the message to me, and please correct me if I'm wrong, was the analytics are gonna tell you, were you 2, 3, 4, 5, or how many on the screen or in the room? So far, did he say that? And he would be able to tell you what percentage were you participative, if at all. Meaning, did you participate? Did you pick that up from his message? Also meaning, here, you can see I'm talking and there's silence on your end. Your percentage should be very low. The moment you start talking, your percentage will go up. Reaction, Ash.
I agree. Yeah.
Thank you. So, ladies and Reggie, that was his whole message. It's like being in class and telling the teacher, I was listening, but YOODLI can tell if you were, or if you said anything at all. it's very useful, and it's also, and you can see why I want you to go on gallery. What people need, and I've been very strong about this in public speaking, is self-awareness. People don't know that in a room where the speaker is really giving heart and soul, and the person's just like, it's rather hurtful and offensive. And it's also not to your advantage. Ash, how would you feel if you were talking, trying to help people, maybe coaching them, and they're like,
Of course, we don't like it. Yeah.
it's hurtful, right? So there you go. That's a very strong lesson here. It's going to tell you, did you participate or did you participate at all? How much and how little? Because if we don't watch out, it will make my percentage so high, but it doesn't mean that I wanted to hog the limelight. It would mean that I'm filling up dead air, because you should never have dead air. Public speaking, conversations. Just consider it going out on a date. Ash, how do you like that, right? How would you like to go out on a date and the girl just looks at you?
Depends on how good looking she is.
What?
Well, go ahead.
What did you say, Ash? I think it was cute.
I'm saying depends on how good looking she is.
Funny. Okay, so let me see where I can. Is it useful so far? I've given you 2 links. Is it helping you in any way? A yes or no will do.
I have a question.
Yes. Good.
I think I had a different expectation, thinking that we would learn about YOODLI, but I think your point is really to like show this is how you can excite someone for something, and then this is how you need to like take in information and find what the point is. Like it's more about like learning how to filter information, find the point, and is that right? Just trying to make sure I'm getting this
Thank you,
right.
Nadine. Like I said, you're going to love being with me because there are no right or wrong answers. There are only sharings of sentiments. Now, there you go. Remember, Nadine, you're a tech person. A tech person wants the details. You saw and heard the president. He gives you the big picture. Now, many people who are into details, they get lost with the big picture. But for people like me and people at the C level, CEO, CFO, CMO, at the chief level, always need and want to have a clear, big picture so they can share it with the people in their organization. Just like a newspaper, you gotta have a clear headline before you have all the tiny details. Any reaction to that, Dalita? Headline before details, or just go and tell you all about the details about all the tech stuff? And people are like, why should I use it? Any reaction, Lalita, in one sentence?
Headlines is most important.
Thank you. And as they say in the business world, it's called the why. And that is my gift to all of you being an international speaker. If people don't get the why, within the first 3 sentences, they are not going to listen to you. So Ash, that's my answer why people don't go to the party. They don't know why they want to go to your party. We were laughing about that earlier, right? So when you say, come to my party, why should I? But if you say, oh, there's lots of good food, there's going to be a band and everyone's going to be laughing and singing, would you want to go to that party or even consider it, Ash? Rather than just go.
Yeah, I go to parties for the company more than anything else.
There you go.
Whether or not I like the people I go with, see. Yeah.
All right. So very good. Ash is leading so far. Come on, ladies, we gotta do this. There's more of us. We gotta beat Ash in this game. And people say ladies talk a lot, and Ash is very good at this. Now are you seeing that I'm giving a progressive presentation? A tip for you, never start a presentation with the details. It's not a good idea. Always start with the big picture, the why. And I love the presentation that the president gave. He gave the why. Quick lesson there. You can save the link. Who's that talking? Can I hear somebody? Okay. Always remember, start with the Y. Now, let me give you the next thing and ask questions along the way. Remember, he said the Y. The second speaker told you you can see who's participating or not participating at all.
Okay, let me share.
Hold on. Hold on. Okay, you have it.
Okay, I got it. Here we go.
Building your online business?
Share screen.
Go to Wix.com and set the
Yep,
American.
one second. Just gonna set it up so you don't have to watch the commercial.
Thank you. A tip for you, teamwork is when someone's doing the tech stuff, someone wants to kill the dead air by talking. Yes.
Okay.
He's a Toastmaster.
The American author Mark Twain said that it usually takes him more than 3 weeks to prepare a good impromptu speech.
Can you
Mr.
maximize the
Twain may have
volume?
said this in jest, but the message behind this quote is meaningful. We should always practice what we say in public. We can practice a speech in front of a mirror, with our friends and family, or with a mentor or coach. We do this because we seek feedback to improve ourselves. What about artificial intelligence or AI? Could we use AI to seek feedback? Let's find out. The recently launched app called YOODLI attempts to become your speech coach. It combines AI and linguistics to provide you feedback to help you become a better public speaker. The best part of this app, at least as of now, is it is completely free. Go to the YOODLI website, link is in the video description, and create your free account. You can start by reviewing speeches from famous people and how YOODLI deconstructs the speech and provides recommendations. As most of us would have guessed, Barack Obama gets a very high score on his speech and delivery, while Elon Musk, who's famous for using filler words, gets several recommendations to improve his speech delivery. There are several crash courses available on the site. I like the one created by co-founder Varun Puri. Varun breaks down the essence of public speaking. The entire course is around 20 minutes of quality training and well worth your time. The real value of the tool is when you decide to record your own speech or to upload your previously recorded speech. You can upload files of up to 1 hour in duration. I uploaded one of my YouTube videos to see how it works. Since this video went through multiple takes and editing, the final score will obviously be high. You can review all the suggestions and incorporate them in your speech. If I click on the record button and start recording, you will get a real sense of what YOODLI provides as value to your public speaking. Once you are done with your speech, click on the stop button and immediately YOODLI will start analyzing your speech and to provide you with feedback. There is no denying that feedback from an experienced coach or a mentor is the best approach to improve your public speaking. But there is also no denying the fact that AI is becoming increasingly useful in our lives. As I mentioned earlier, YOODLI is currently free. Why not use it as a tool in your arsenal to master public speaking?
So is that free just for Toastmasters? Or is that free for everybody?
Everybody.
Everyone, I think so.
How do they make their money? I guess that's kind of off subject, but do you have advertisements? Or what they do?
Most likely advertisements.
That's how it works. As I think, or by now we have figured out, nothing is free in this world. We're just called advertising. We're made to believe it's free, but we are the price to pay. They're using us to make money. Our presence is what brings them points. It's rewards. They get, I'm in production, remember? So when people show up, the sponsors see, oh, there's gazillions of people. We put our ads somewhere. It's gonna pop up. So good question asked on how people make money. Now, reaction from the other people in this room. What was the point of that speaker? He's a Toastmaster. What was his closing line?
It was a call to action. Go try it out because it's free.
There you go.
And
His point was, it's free, try it because it's free. Good.
and
Getting
he checked
better.
how it works too.
Sorry, Larissa?
He checked how it works. He loaded his speech and then he verified like how it works. So he's recommending us to use it.
Okay. May.
Well, since it's being recorded, it's, I guess, in the iCloud or whatever cloud, that means your speech can be accessed by anybody. So if you say something that you really don't want the whole world to know, like, oh, I'm going to go on the trip from whatever day, then the whole world or whoever can hack into it and find out that you're not going to be home during that time.
All right. Did you
just-
pick that up, Nadine? Okay. One phrase at a time, May. No long reports. We're practicing giving opinions because I have like 3 other clips here and they're getting more interesting along the way. Nadine, I could see you thinking. What were you thinking?
I was not picking that up. I think you uploaded it, you create a profile that you have password access to. And it's just like with every other profile that you have, you upload the clip into your own profile. And sure, like YOODLI has the rights to it or the access, whatever, but it's not going out in the world. It's not like you're posting your speech on Facebook.
There you go. Thank you very much. So you can see this teaching style, which I'm delivering to you. You know, we have communication style, leadership style, and this is what I do around the world. I help people learn to really listen, process, and focus on every word the person's saying, including the body language that goes with it. Ash, can you react to the ladies?
I think I agree with both of them. I'm not concerned about it. In general, about whether or not somebody can access that. I don't really, yeah, I'm not concerned about it myself.
All right. What I picked up,
I agree with
again-
me. Yeah.
all right, great, wonderful. I'm just sharing. I'm not necessarily right or wrong. Nobody's wrong around here. What was relevant to me is he was saying, of course, it can help you in so many ways, but the human factor is always a bonus. Did you pick that up along the way? That it does not replace the feedbacker or the mentor.
Mm-hmm.
And that is exactly my sentiment. Technology should never be the enemy. I will never allow myself to be a slave to technology. I would rather be its friend and use it as a tool to help me go up one level. Reggie, are you able to react? All right. So I'm going to give you my next link. Are you finding this helpful at all?
It's nice to learn about like YOODLI, the tool. I've not been like I'm kind of sorry. I'm interested to hear if you have tried it by with your speeches.
Okay. Today's agenda, I'm gonna save that for another talk. Today's agenda is what is YOODLI, because I'm telling you more about what it is. I can see Nadine really likes to get into the tech of things. And
Yeah.
I want you to become a better leader. Remember, a leader does not give all the details. A leader makes sure everyone in the room, in the tribe, in the family, in the organization understands and has a buy-in. Because if they don't intellectually and emotionally have a buy-in, that is why people don't listen. They just let the person talk. So you notice what I'm doing? Always have a reality check. What do you think? Any comments? That to me is leadership. Here's a new link.
BetterHelp gives you access to over 20,000 licensed therapists.
Okay, 1 second. I'm sharing the screen.
Meaning that you can get online therapy done.
You become what you consistently practice. So practice consistently for the person you want to become. Public speaking is one of those things that's very hard to hold yourself accountable to. If you're running a marathon with a friend, there's a clear goal: run the marathon. And if your friend knocks on your door at 5 a.m., boy, are you going to get out of your house and run that marathon. But with public speaking, it's a lot more trickier, because it's harder for you to do those types of exercises without that clear goal. And that's exactly why in this week's episode of Master Talk, we'll be elaborating on my 3 daily exercises to help you master your talk on a daily basis. Hi everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic week. Brendan from Master Talk here, and today we're talking about the daily practices. So let's get into them. Number 1, the random word exercise. I absolutely love this drill because if you can master it, you'll be in the top 1% of public speakers. The random exercise is simple. All you do is you have a friend give you a random word in the dictionary that you need to then build an introduction from. This is very interesting because if you're able to master this, you'll have a lot less stress in presentations. You'll also learn to think on your feet more faster, and you'll be able to give presentation, like spontaneous ones specifically, out of the cusp. I know this is a recording and I might be cheating, but let's use camera as an example to demonstrate this. Shots. The shots that you take aren't just pictures. They're experiences, they're moments that don't just last for yesterday, for today, or even tomorrow, but for a lifetime of shots. As you can see from the way that I just created a random introduction from camera, you can then use that for multiple different words and practice 5 words for 5 minutes every single day. Number 2, forced silence drills. The biggest difference between great speakers and exceptional ones is their ability to use silences as a way to make their presentations better. And forced silence drills help you make those differences by making your silences better and more strategic in your presentations. So the exercise is very simpler and it's a lot easier to do with a partner. All you do is you have a partner record you give a presentation, right? So you're giving a presentation for a minute or 2. And then in the second recording of the presentation, your partner is then going to point at you at specific parts of the presentation where he wants you to pause, like so.
All right, can we get back to the meeting, Nadine? So you can see how people can use YOODLI. You can see now that if we had more time, I was going to ask you to think what would YOODLI have noticed in the way he was presenting. Yes.
Well, I'm an editor, and what I noticed is that he really cut his words. And I have a hard time listening to someone telling me something how to speak that is chopping up his words after every, I don't know, half a sentence. So anyways.
There you go. That is what I'm beginning to enjoy, and you're enjoying now. See, you become like film critics. That's what YOODLI is. Thank you, Nadine. You just beat YOODLI in its own game. You are an Analytica. Great. Analytics and Analytica. You're a very good observer, Nadine. There. That is technically what YOODLI does. It observes and then tells you, you have 10 of this, 15 of that, and you did this and that. Isn't that what you just did, Nadine? Congratulations. Aren't you happy about what you just did?
Well, that's my job. I do that every day.
There you go. So can you connect that to, will you now have a better appreciation of YOODLI? That's what YOODLI is doing.
Well, I think that YOODLI is a tool that helps you kind of find this, like the technical things that you want to improve. But that's why we still have people that help with the emotional part of the speech, or like how to structure better. And I think it's just a tool to help you become better in technical parts, but it's not something totally to rely on.
Very well said.
Agree.
It's a score sheet. It's a scoreboard. Ash.
Yeah, I agree with her 100%. Couldn't have said better myself. Yeah.
Is it helpful at all? Would you still use it? I mean, yes, we have humans and we have the score sheet, which is generated technically or technologically. Yes?
I think YOODLI should replace the R counter in the Toastmasters. So we have more speakers and
There you go.
value adders.
The
Okay,
timer.
it is, okay, here goes. I like that we have comments because it means people are able to do critical thinking. If you know me by now, timer, we're supposed to let maybe 5 minutes more. We do not want people who are rocks, stones, and dead wood just there. To become a competent, efficient, and effective public speaker, it is not, I'm telling you, the memorized speech performance. They will kill you, not with the Q&A. They will kill you with the open forum. I am telling you, because that's what I do. You can deliver anything to perfection. You'll just be a robot and a parrot. But then when the people from the audience walk up to the mic, if you've ever been to events that are like this, conventions, and ask you a question that is not anything you talked about, but definitely relevant, probably a blind spot or a gap, what do you do then? The brain must be constantly picking up and analyzing. What does this mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? How do I connect? How do I connect? How do I connect? So Nadine, I like what you said. Let me just flip it. You were saying it would and it should replace. How about if I say, I will use it to challenge humans to show they're better in this game. Because you don't walk around with a gadget and say, what do you think? 37. You're still gonna have to learn, right? So what's your reaction? Lalita's laughing. Lalita, can you react to what Nadine said?
No, how counter, you mean to say?
What did Nadine say? Nadine was saying it should replace. What's your reaction to that?
I agree with her.
Okay, so let me just react to the two of you. If you replace, when will the humans learn? How would you feel? We're gonna replace you now as the accounter. We're gonna replace you now as something. Use it. If you flip it and think positively, use it as your benchmark to learn how. It is showing you like, oh, there were 62, replay, rewind, and watch it. And I'm teaching you how to think. Watch it. If the score of YOODLI was 62 of whatever, watch it again. See if you can get to 62. You should be able to match. You should be able to, because technology just came from humans. Any reaction, May, in a brief recap?
Well, I have to say that I disagree with getting rid of odd counters because odd counters help people to listen into speech. When you're specifically doing a functionary role, you kind of get into that zone. If you're just listening to a speech, you don't go into that zone.
Great, wonderful. Ash, would you want to react to the ladies?
I guess I would like to try it and make the decision afterwards. I think,
Yeah, one thing I want to add here, the how counter is given not to improve the speaker, but also to the one who is doing the how counter, they can give the focus what the speaker is talking. So the focus and the listening to their counting them, so that makes the person to learning there. So
all right. So
yeah, I would like to add.
Yes, Reggie. Thank you.
Our counter is really good because we can learn how much that our words are incorrect, we are searching for words. That's where our R counter or that kind of counting increases. So that improves our skill. So before I joined to Toastmaster, I was not aware of that. But once when I joined to Toastmaster, I'm aware of how many R counters I'm using it and how bad my talk was. It's still not improved, but still there is a lot of time to improve.
Thank you, Reggie. Wonderful. Yeah, I've seen Reggie improve.
Yeah, I want to add something here too, by the way. I agree with what May said. At the same time, when somebody tells me, I've had so many ahs, honestly, at the end of meetings, I don't recognize them because as I'm talking, I do not know, I don't think I had that many ahs. If it's recorded and I listen to it, maybe I can detect them. As a matter of fact, I used to be another Toastmasters group when I was a member of at one time. There was they would have a bell, and every time that person did a oh, that person would ring a bell. So it's right there and then you'd say, oh, here's what happened.
There you go. If I may put that together, sorry, Nadine, it brings, remember what I said at the beginning? More awareness, more self-awareness. As they say, only your best friend will tell you you've got bad breath. So this is what YOODLI is doing, right? It's telling you in a technical manner, in case you don't agree with the humans scoring you, then now you have options. You can hear what the human said, and you can hear what technology said. Did it someone in one of the links say a while ago? Sometimes, remember, the president said, it will not match. Remember, the statement of YOODLI and the statement of the human will not match because the human will show you how to apply. And let me recap everything today with one question. Did you notice if you have taken several pathways or performed several speech projects, what is the same last question in the questionnaire before and after the project? Remember, we have some questions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The last question is the same, no matter what speech project. While you're thinking, in the essence of time, I'll tell you, is do you understand how this applies to your life outside of Toastmasters? So to answer about the grammarian and the accounter, stepping out of a meeting, this works in your personal life. This works in your work life. You know, when people say, you weren't listening, you didn't hear anything I said, and then an argument ensues. And please, you know, my favorite saying. 1, it works in your personal life. 2, it works in your work life. And 3, come on, you know this by now. It works with your mother-in-law. You don't want your mother-in-law to say you weren't listening. That is the whole point of raising self-awareness with the accounter, the grammarian, making you a better person. That's why the whole program talks about personal development. And we develop when we raise our awareness of who and what we are, who and what we are not, and how to level up using what we are, what we're not, using all of the lessons that now we have we can learn from Toastmasters and YOODLI in support of Toastmasters, and Toastmasters encouraging us to use YOODLI. I would love to sit here and share more opinions and stories with you, but I think yeah, I see the time and I should stop recording now. Quickly, one short phrase each. What did you pick up from today's session that's useful? Don't recite what I did. Tell me what you feel and what you think, not what I said. Go. We start with the president. Okay, Nadine, one short phrase.
I guess we're back to our counter people. No, I'm not sure.
I love your humor. There you go. Remember, no right or wrong. Now you can see both sides. Being a tech person, you want it to be perfect and there with the answers. But you see, my dear, if you heard someone speak earlier in the link, public speaking is a progressive skill. Even if I gave you your scores, Nadine, it wouldn't make you immediately better. It's like peeling the layers of an onion, one step at a time, one day at a time. May.
Well, YOODLI is a tool to help me to prepare for my speeches, but I don't want AI to control me. So
Thank you.
there.
Well said. See, it's nice when we have different opinions. Ash, we let the ladies go and have Ash here integrate all of this. Lalitha, one short phrase, please.
Conversation. I learned the conversation, how you see the things with the different people, opinions.
There you go. Wonderful, Lalitha. You can see this, it's conversational learning. It's, well, at least for me, we learn so much more than a lecture, which is one way, and they don't know if we're listening or not. And I like that. Thank you very much. You were able to pick up my message from my heart, where no people are wrong. You just have to understand where they're coming from, and then have the brains and the heart to hold hands and help each other step up one step at a time. Is that right, Lalitha? Did I pick that up from you?
Yes, I agree.
Thank you. It's a mommy thing. Sorry, daddies. All right. Reggie, before Ash. Reggie, one phrase.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Your pickup from today, one short phrase. Go.
Oh, one phrase. Great conversation, encouraging.
For you. Okay, great. And so, Ash, we give the floor to Ash to recap.
Okay, my impression is that it's definitely a tool worth checking out.
Because the why is why?
Because it seems like it might be able to give you feedback that you wouldn't get otherwise.
There you go. So we will have human feedback and technology feedback. And if we have the courage and the humility to integrate both, put it in our thought process, give it a try. We might not get it right the first time, or the second time, or even the 10th time. But one step at a time, one day at a time. I didn't get here overnight. Just think about that. And I didn't have technology. So I'm just delighted that you have more help, more tools. Who knows, by next year, you will be 200 times better than me. Please invite me to your talks. And with that, I wrap up today's episode on mentoring at Santa Clarita Toastmasters Club, featuring the benefits, the joys, and the challenge of using YOODLI and Toastmasters learning to become a better version of yourself. And I will stop recording for now.
Yay, thank you, Vivien.
Thank you, Vivien.